I no longer love her, that's certain, but maybe I love her. Love is so short, forgetting is so long. Pablo Neruda. Hello friends, this is Apurva Maji the Book Hunter, returning today with another book, a semi-autobiographical novel named Hippie by one of the most celebrated authors of our century, Paulo Coelho. So, somebody once told me that a semi-autobiographical novel is usually to make oneself look more interesting than it actually is. So, I hope that's not the case in this one because I really love this book. So, this is a hardcover. I got it for a steal because it cost about 400 Indian rupees. I got it for like 207, and for a hardcover, that is actually a great price. And look at the color on this book. Just they are so jumpy and punchy and bright and reminiscent of the hippie culture that this book is all centered about. And here you can see on the O there's a inverted Viking rune, and this is the symbol of the hippies which I learned from the book. And you can see it's a rather short book, I should say, about 280 pages long. The fact is that I even read that faster than I really thought I would, like within 3 hours, and I never for a moment felt like I was attempting to read it. I was so immersed, and the experience was so immersive, and I was so much enjoying the book that it just flew by. The time just flew by, and before I knew I had finished the book. It was really so sad. So before I talk about the content of this book, I should tell you something about my thoughts on Paulo Coelho and his writing. So when I first read Paulo Coelho, I was very young, and I read The Alchemist, which was one of the most hyped book at that time. And even though I liked the book, I was not that impressed. I struggled to understand the most of it. What I liked better was that the language was, I was really, I could really relate to the language, and it was really enjoyable the way he wrote it. But then read 11 minutes, like 1 year later, and I really was thrilled. It was such an attractive piece of writing. I loved the way he handled the relationships of people and the reality and the dreams, and it was just an eye opener for me. And I have since then I have been a real fan of Paulo Coelho, and I know that the verdict on his writing has been quite divided. Some say he writes in a much of a popularistic style. Some say he writes incoherently, and but I think it's a acquired choice reading Paulo Coelho. Some people definitely like his book so much, and some just don't. It's not a big deal, but the thing is, his language is just great. So before so let's just jump to the contents of this book. And this is about the author Paulo during his youth, and when he was involved in this hippie movement. He was searching for spirituality and finding his soul, and he traveled from Brazil to Amsterdam, and from where he embarked on a journey which was going to change his life. No, so he thought, with a Dutch woman named Carla, who was also looking for something, really searching for something that she didn't want. Well, so about the and it, the important part in this book is that it's centered on a journey and a cultural movement, but the thing is that it does serve to dispel a lot of misconceptions about this culture. And like my mother used to say when I wore long hair, like, "Are you happy?" But the thing is that these sort of misconceptions have been cleared in this book, but some things have also been proved to be true. And it also talks about a journey that can really change or not change your life depending on who you are and where you're going. It is also about love, relationships, and spirituality. And honestly speaking, I could not relate myself to this part about spirituality, because I'm quite an atheist, and I simply can't picture myself just embarking on a journey to find God. I don't. It's just, yes, I do believe in the concept of soul and opening your soul to the nature, becoming one with the universe. I I realize what it is, but just the concept of God is not palatable to me. It's not. I'm sorry about that. I mean, I know a lot of people are actually do believe in God, but I simply don't. But what I really like about this story is how it deals with the problem of love. When are we found love? When we really know that we are in love. It really deals with these problems, and the solution is just brilliant. I really love what he says about love. I feel the same way. I simply feel the same way about it. But I think what is also important here is also it also speaks not just about journeys, events, and love and spirituality, but it also tells you about the fickle nature of youth, I think. I mean, one moment you think that you're going to spend your life in a cave in Himalaya, and the next moment you just don't feel like, no, that's not me. So that's how fickle youth can be. I mean, that is also a lesson that you could really learn from this book, I think. But it is not preaching. It's not really a preachy book, but it just tells you a story and it just immerses you in it. um, I don't like to rate any books. I just want to say that I really enjoyed this one, and I think it would be a very quick and immersive read for anybody who wants to pick it up. And for those who really love reading Paulo Coelho, this you can really try this one. I have read like 3 or 4 books of Paulo Coelho, I think, and this is one of the better ones. Although I like the 11-minute best, but this is definitely worth a read, and I think you should give it a try. So um, do share your thoughts in the comment below, and I'll meet again with another book. And since until then, bye.